Main thing about the book is obviously to create awareness about SCID and some other rare conditions called pre-prom, endometriosis. But also I would hope that it gives hope to anybody else who might find themselves in similar situations. At the time when I was going through this, I was looking out for other material which I could read. And there's actually no memoir written about SCID. So I think that's what the reason I wrote this book, because as a writer of fiction, it was easy enough to have done this as like a, novel or fictionalize the whole thing. But there was a reason I thought it had to be true when it had to be a memoir. So I'll just read from the start. It's the easy way out. Just begin from the beginning. And this is actually probably one of the most shocking moments of my life. And I'll just read a couple of pages. I could feel the fever climbing. It was a Thursday in October in 2006 in my home in London. Nothing unusual about the day. I was exactly 14 weeks and 5 days pregnant. I was working from home and I planned to attend my body balance class in the evening. Inspired by the perfectly toned pregnant woman who dexterously managed dancer and warrior poses, I was looking forward to completing the rest of my pregnancy in yogic perfection. But by early evening, I was feeling feverish. While I normally wouldn't care about a mild temperature, I knew I shouldn't take the risk. Giving up the vision of doing graceful Tai Chi moves with my baby bump, I settled on the sofa. I consoled myself that I could go the following week. As always, my laptop was with me. A couple more emails to complete, and then I would get something to eat and have an early night. I could still feel the fever climbing. The first trimester had been a worrying time for us because there had been some mild bleeding or spotting from as early as 6 weeks. Several times I had been sent to the early scan unit in the local hospital, but as the weeks passed, the episodes lessened. And at that milestone of 14 weeks and 5 days, that Thursday, I was finally beginning to relax. I would just breeze through the second trimester, supposedly a more peaceful and restful time. I should explain what the early scan unit is. It sat not within, but on the periphery of the maternity ward. Here they placed a little device on your stomach and they checked the heartbeat. Checked if there was a heartbeat. And either assured you of the viability of the pregnancy or advised you to give up on this one and try again. They gave you a picture of the scan, grey circles and black paper, and pointed at the bean shape embedded in the center. They said, "Look, that's the embryo, that's your baby. Oh, sorry dear, but you can treasure this as a keepsake." There was a sense of desperation in the little waiting room and a dividing line between those who would lose their babies too early and those who would bear their children and their dreams. Cards and messages from parents covered the walls. Every time I was scanned and heard the loud duck 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 inside me, a wide smile would flash on the nurse's face. "Baby's fine," she'd say. I imagined writing a happy, flowery card to this kind, maternal-looking nurse in my second trimester. I worked as a solution sales manager with traveling an integral, almost the main aspect of the job. Some days ago, I'd taken a train and gone into the depths of High Wycombe for a meeting, and in a coffee break, had gone to the toilet only to find more of this dreaded little spouse. I could hardly concentrate for the rest of the meeting. The next day, I was back in the early scan unit, and thankfully the nurse said, "Baby's fine." But I had to stop traveling until I reached the next milestone at the start of the second trimester, when everything was meant to stabilize. So I had to tell my boss that I needed time off. He wasn't happy. Mr. Smith, my gynecologist, had established me on a daily dose of Flexane injections. One of his previous blood tests had shown a high factor of protein C. I didn't quite know what that meant, nor why I had developed it. But these subcutaneous injections given just under the skin were necessary, because otherwise I might be prone to miscarriage. So I've learned to inject myself in the stomach every day. Keep your hands steady. Place the needle against the skin of your stomach. Pierce carefully at an angle, making sure you're not puncturing a blood vessel. It's easy, don't worry, I told myself. After feeling the sharp prick, I carefully put away the used needle and the waistband provided by the local surgery. The injections were to continue all through the pregnancy, a part of my routine. Eat, brush teeth, inject, read, sleep. The bin stood next to my bed and filled up with sharps like a time counter. In a week, I was to have a special early gender scan in King's College, London. The result, boy or girl, was crucial. Not in just one of those pink or blue nursery ways, not in an Asian, I must have a boy way, but in a far more crucial to life itself way. Because I could never forget what had happened 6 years earlier. And it was in the kitchen that Thursday of the mounting fever, after I had placed my plate in the sink, that it happened. A quick moment, no warning, no pain, no noise, and suddenly a thick pool of colorless liquid at my feet. Amniotic liquid, I heard myself mumble. Even though I'd never seen it, I just knew. I stared at the gel-like liquid for a while, thick and unspreading, on the floor, and knew it was the fluid inside the uterus, the fluid that surrounds and protects the baby, essential to its development. Fragments from school biology lessons flashed through my mind. I can't remember now. Was it my hand which reached for some kitchen towels and mopped up the liquid? Or did I rush to the bathroom first and then come back to clean the floor? Did I stare for seconds or minutes, looking at something from deep inside me out there in the open? Something that until a minute ago was next to my baby? I don't remember what I did. But soon, trying to stay calm, I went back to my sofa and called my husband. He was out for dinner with some colleagues. Hello, there was this thing, fluid, I blurted. More bleeding? He was in the heart of some London pub. Loud voices around him. But I heard the worry in his voice. No blood, no, not even a speck. It's liquid. I mean fluid, I said. If it had been a bright pool of blood on the cream-tiled floor, I would have panicked. A colorless pool of liquid, though unusual, looked harmless. Fluid. Oh, then that's not too bad. I'll be home soon. We'll call the midwife in the morning. She'll know what to do. He sounded composed, so maybe it was all right. I should rest now. I should go upstairs and get into bed. That's all I needed to do. Just sleep and let the fever ease. Instead, I reached for my laptop and I searched loss of fluid in second trimester. Few links came up. Low water, loss of amniotic fluid, leaking water. But it was a third or fourth link on the list that caught my eye. An unknown term. Preterm premature rupture of membranes. The word itself sounded violent. Thank you.